Hello everyone. So I thought I would take a moment to discuss VPNs. And the reason why I'm going to bring this up, because a couple of years ago when VPNs were just starting to come out, and everyone was on the bandwagon, I need one, and I would probably be the only one in the area that told you, no, VPNs are not VPNs. I don't care who it is, if it's NordVPN, Ally, Express, it doesn't matter. They're not VPNs. A true VPN is how you work from home and connect to your work network. That is a VPN. So if you're able to use your home computer to work from home and access all the company files, that is a virtual private network. That is a true VPN. The stuff that they're using now that they're trying to sell you for security, and they call it a VPN, that is not a VPN. That is just basically an overglorified proxy server. It's been around for 30 some years. It's just your computer connects to another computer, and when the information is coming back from the internet to go to your computer, it goes there first, dumps all the trash, and then comes to you. Why is everyone so, I need this? No. Here's the thing. They claim, and this is true for almost all of them that I have reviewed, they claim that what they do is they create a private tunnel from your computer to their server, and nothing between your computer and their server can see what's going on. Bull. This is more true than the United States than any other country that I know of. Of course, I don't know the rules as it applies to the internet in other countries, but your internet service provider has to keep track of logs of what you do on the internet. Not the details, just basically your search history and stuff like that. It's a requirement of all internet service providers in the United States. So if they say that they can prevent your internet service provider from viewing where you're going online, no, they can't, because federal law says they can't do that. So, but the biggest thing to this is, yeah, so you can go and view your favorite porn channel and no one can know, or you can go look and buy secret stuff over here from whatever website and supposedly no one can know. Not necessarily true. Again, your internet service provider can at least see the header information to direct traffic, and this is because this is how the internet works. You don't connect directly from your computer to a VPN's server. There is no such thing as a direct connection. You have to go from your computer through your router to your internet service provider, and then from your internet service provider it can go 6, 8, 10, 12, 100 different directions to get to its final destination. It's how the internet works. That's why it's called the World Wide Web. So if one server is busy, it routes through another server. That's a whole different video where we get talking about packets and stuff like that. But there is no such thing as a direct, secure connection from your computer to a VPN server. It doesn't exist. Even if you're working from home and you're connecting to your work network, the tunnel is there, but you have to go through your router, your internet service provider, through the internet, to your business's internet service provider, to their routers, to their computers. There is no one like wire tunnel, doesn't exist. The biggest weak point for all VPNs that are selling this is the fact that DNS services, and let me explain what a DNS service is. DNS, dynamic naming server. Computers don't understand names. In fact, for all the glory and everything that a computer does for us, it only understands two things, ones and zeros. That's it. That's all they understand. So if you type in, say, yahoo.com, and it's the first time you're going there, your computer doesn't know where to go. It has no idea. So it sends out an unencrypted plain text message. Where do I go for yahoo.com? And it sends it to a very specific computer. Well, there's a whole bunch of computers and servers around the world that does this, but they are called domain name servers. The computer asks, what's the IP address for this computer? The domain server responds back. That is not encrypted. It is in plain text. There is no security for that because it's not really a secret, so why would we encrypt something like that? So, and an example, and this is just to show you a little bit more. On your computer, you can go down to your internet connection. Now, if you have Wi-Fi, it'll look like bars, but you could do this. But you do right-click, and you're going to open up your network and security settings. And this is for Windows 10. If you have Windows 7, you will go through your control panel, and you'll go into Network and Sharing Center. It's the same thing. It just looks different. So here, we're going to look at this. We're going to go into details. Here's where it's talking about DNS server. What is your domain name server? So when my virtual machine asks the question, where do I find this site? The first place it goes to is the address that's listed here, which is internal. It's going to go to basically my router. Say, hey, do you know where this is? If my router has never been there before, it's going to say, no, go here. Usually the next step is to a domain server somewhere on the internet, and you can manually program them, or your internet service provider can program into your cable modems. Most of the time, when you have internet service providers and you have routers, it just copies the information into your router. So the first place it goes to is your internet service provider's domain name service, and gets the information of where does Yahoo go to. That is all unencrypted, plain text, no security whatsoever. Goes there, comes back. So as you can see, if your internet service provider is your domain name or domain naming service, when you ask the question, where is yahoo.com, even if you're using a VPN that sits way over here, that packet is going to go from your computer to your router to your ISP across the internet to that domain server, and it's going to answer. Or it gets that domain, gets to the end of the VPN tunnel, and then it's going to say, oh, well, I'm supposed to go here, which routes back to your internet service provider, who then sends it back to the end of the tunnel and back through the. So it slows the process down one, but because it's in plain text, it's a whole lot faster. But you see where I'm going with this, right? You have a VPN that's supposedly to prevent your ISP from seeing what you're doing on the internet, but your dynamic naming server, your DNS server, is pointing back to your ISP. So again, where is yahoo.com? Well, it goes from your computer to your router to your ISP. This is all encrypted according to the internet service provider or your VPN provider, and then across the internet to the end of the tunnel. When it gets there, it's going to say, oh yeah, I got to go back to the ISP address and get this. So it goes back to your ISP, gets the information, comes back through the tunnel. Not exactly very secure and safe. So your ISP, again, knows where you're going and what you're doing. So VPNs, especially if you're paying for them, don't. If you absolutely need one, I can't think of any legitimate reason why you would need a VPN as they are being advertised now. You do need a VPN, like I said, if you're working from home and accessing the work network, that's a VPN. And you need the software to do that. But things like Nord and Ally and Express and free VPN, no, you don't need them that I can think of. The only thing they're really, really good for is you want to watch a video that is in another country, that is country restricted. Yeah, you can do that. It'll let you do that. But do they truly hide your internet history and internet searches and stuff like that? No, because the world relies on domain naming services, and that information is not encrypted in plain text. And 90% of the time, for most of people, it routes back to your internet service provider. And if it doesn't route back to your internet service provider, it routes back to one of the big corporations like Google or Yahoo, who then sees what you're doing. So again, that's just something to keep in mind. VPNs, like I said, no, you don't need them. What you need to do, though, is if you're using an internet service on your laptop while you're traveling. If you're going to connect to a network that does not have a password, a public Wi-Fi that does not have a password, don't do that, because then nothing between your computer and that access point and that router is encrypted. Nothing. They have to have a password. That's a part of the encryption process, and that encryption process it's not flawless, but it's the locked door theory. It keeps the honest person honest. If there's a hacker that's in the same lobby as you and they want your stuff, they'll get it. It doesn't matter if you're using a VPN, you're using a secured Wi-Fi network connection. If they want your stuff, they'll get it. And all they got to do is basically sniff the air. Again, a video for another time. But yeah, so VPNs, do you need them? No. My thought is, if you have a subscription to a VPN service, unless you're watching content from other countries where you need to make it look like you're from another country so you can watch a video or watch shows, gain access to restricted information that is locked to that country, that's the only time you really need a VPN. Because other than that, they're not as secure as they claim to be. So that's my thoughts and opinions. If you found this useful, give me that big thumbs up. Share it with your friends, family, social media. Subscribe to the channel for future videos to come out. I try and put them out once a day. Like today, I'm probably doing 6 or 7 of them, but they'll just be scheduled out. There is a donation link there if you'd like to contribute to the cause. So, computer problems. If there's phone number and address, come see me, give me a call. We'll take care of you. Talk to you later. You guys have a great day.